Good afternoon. My name is Jason MacLean, president of NSGEU. I'm not from Amherst, but I did live here briefly. I worked over at the correctional center there 21 years ago. My memories of Amherst have been really good, has been great. People were welcoming to me. I got to meet a lot of residents of this area, and just people brought me in to where I felt comfortable to be living here. I left and moved back to Cape Breton, where I'm originally from. When I went to Cape Breton, I ran into racism in the workplace. And if it wasn't for fellow union members that I worked with and represented me, I wouldn't be president today. I wouldn't be able to come here and speak on behalf of NSGEU to speak of what has been going on in the last little bit here in Amherst. Now, what Mr. Baker did was wrong. He kind of admits that he was wrong, and he needs to be taken to task on it, and that's why we're here. But we also need to heal, and when something wrong happens or a tragedy comes about, which I believe this is, there's an opportunity for people to learn from it. So with that, I always try and talk about the process of privilege. So some people don't understand what privilege is or what privilege brings, but the example of it is I can go into Canadian Tire, walk around Canadian Tire, and then I look behind me, I have a security officer following me, or I hear over the PA somebody come to whatever specific aisle that I'm in. Others would go into Canadian Tire and they wouldn't have that treatment. They wouldn't see that happening. But it's not for them to see. And when I talk about privilege, and when I talk about people embracing their privilege, acknowledging their privilege, it's not about saying, oh, I'm sorry that I have this privilege, or I'm sorry that this is going on. What I want them to do is say, I realize I have this privilege. I realize I can go about day-to-day business, and the fact that I'm not a person of color doesn't come up. What I want you to be able to do is acknowledge it and bring it to the forefront, and when you notice it, you correct it. You bring it out to somebody else. So it's not about being apologetic for having privilege, but it's about eliminating privilege, and that's what will make everybody equal, right? So when you're out there, I just ask everybody that comes here, because I know you're here because you believe in this issue and you believe in this issue to be corrected. It's incumbent upon you and myself, when I see something that is racist, something that is wrong, that I speak up to it, because it's not people of color that are going to stop racism. It's allies, people that aren't of color, but that will point out something that actually puts somebody beneath someone. Also, I want to just say that the problems I find with Mr. Baker's comments is when he said what he said, he told the people in the shop that I'm lesser than him. And I know he's learning right now, but people that hold public office must be held accountable. They must be held at a higher level because they chose to represent people. So if somebody steps outside of that and there's no policy, we know what's right and we know what's wrong. And that's why I urge Mr. Baker to learn from this, which I hope he is doing, but also he should step down in running for mayor of this town, because his thoughts does not put forward what this town is about. So thank you very much, Holly, and the committee for bringing me here to say a few words. But what I want everybody to do is just strive to bring out the inequities that they see in life. And it's only by us doing that together that we're going to get rid of all these inequities. Thank you very much.